folks, and welcome to your outlet for outdoors and Western lifestyle, The Bend Show. I am your host, Rebecca Warner, a.k.a. Beck, and as always, we love hearing from all of you, your comments, your stories, your ideas, suggestions. Get a hold of us anytime. Call or text 305-900-BEND. Again, that's 305-900-2363, or you can always drop an email to bendradioshow@gmail.com. Ride Long Shotgun, as always, my producer, sound engineer, co-host, Jeff Tigger Earhart. And I think it's safe to say officially across the U.S., football season or football practice is underway. So everybody's getting excited to start cheering at these games. Well,
Friday Night Lights.
I got some good news for you, all right? There was a recent study that came out by Loughborough University revealing that watching sports from your sofa burns as many calories as exercise, is what they're saying.
You can't watch Friday night high school football from your sofa unless it's the sofa maybe you put in the back of your truck and back it up to the field maybe.
That's true, but honestly, with technology today, there are a lot of ways. A lot of these schools are broadcasting their games on streaming services.
We've actually done that. We've watched them on our phones before.
Even some of our smaller Class B, I guess we'd call them, schools, You can watch them. So Grandpa and Grandma can catch it anywhere. But I thought this was kind of interesting. They said that fans can burn up to 540 calories by fidgeting, jumping, air punching, and shouting during a 90-minute game. And that 42% of fans experience an increased heart rate from the adrenaline rush and the inability to sit still. You're guilty of that, Tigger.
I'm guilty of that. I lose my mind at high school football games.
And 59% of sports fans feel like they've had a workout just by watching their favorite team. Tigger, that would be you.
I could see that.
And they say that 75% of people are inspired to actually go exercise more after watching the sports.
Well, there you go. Football is not, you should talk, though, because you lose your mind at hockey games.
I do.
You start fighting.
Or basketball games.
Yep.
I get very...
You're the same thing, same thing.
All right, so I'm going to look myself in the mirror on this one and throw out a little reminder for all of us that if we are in public or around youngsters, practice good sportsmanship, okay?
Yes.
Those little eyes are looking up at you whether you realize it or not.
Yeah, don't embarrass the kids out there.
Our first story takes us to Montana, where officials in Montana have tracked down and killed a black bear that attacked a 3-year-old girl on Sunday, August 11th, 2024, while she was sleeping in a tent at a private campground near Red Lodge, Montana. The attack occurred around 9:45 p.m. at Perry's RV Park and Campground, leading to the evacuation of the site. The bear was trapped and euthanized by Montana Fish, Wildlife, and Parks officials, who believe it was the same bear involved in the incident. The girl was taken to a hospital in Billings, Montana, but her conditions remain undisclosed. The MFWP noted that unsecured attractants like garbage and human food likely lured the bear into the campsite. The campground remains closed as officials continue to monitor the area for any other bears. The Montana Fish, Wildlife, and Parks officials emphasize being bear aware when camping or recreating in bear country, especially at established campgrounds where large concentrations of people can attract bears. In its guide to camping in bear country, MFWP points out that most conflicts between humans and black bears at campsites involve food-conditioned bears. In a statement, officials said a food-laden campsite can be a bear's death sentence. After trying scare tactics and multiple relocations, wardens and biologists have to kill 10 to 12 bears each year when the animals, attracted by food, repeatedly raid campsites and put human safety at risk. This is a reminder always when traveling in new locations to be aware of the risks in that area. And if you are in bear country, absolutely have that bear spray handy and make yourself familiar again of what to expect in that area. Another term that has gained popularity on social media and even in the news is the term touron. And we bring this up because if you've not heard about it, a touron is a tourist plus a moron. I'm going there because, listen to this.
It's called a touron or a touron?
Touron.
Gotcha.
Tourist plus a moron equals a touron.
Got it.
So I'm bringing this up because if you're on social media, you may have seen some of the fun made of, say, don't pet the fluffy cow. That's a common term where we're following people that do, really stupid things, and they're lucky to have lived from them, okay?
This is true.
That's the way of putting it. Or the Wikipedia definition. I'm going to read this to you, what the Wikipedia definition is. A touron is a derogatory term combining the words tourist with moron to describe any person who, while on vacation, commits an act of pure stupidity. That's verbatim from Wikipedia. The term is considered park ranger slang that describes how many tourists act in national parks. The phrase indicates an act of ignorance and is known to be used in different subcultures. It is also used to describe tourists in general when they are outside their normal comfort zone. Now, it has been argued, of course, that everyone is a touron outside their own home and away from familiar surroundings, I guess you might want to say. But just being a traveler in a foreign location could make you one, okay? Obvious.
You know, we had this actually happen to us just this past weekend. You're looking at me saying, what? We were at a rodeo. We had a couple horses there. We're in the middle of announcing the rodeo.
Yes.
And we had these two horses. We were getting their feet worked on. It just so happened a farrier was going to be there, so we threw some horses in the trailer. Anyhow, we're in the middle of a rodeo performance, and you looked over and I didn't know what the deal was because you're running music, I'm announcing, and there was somebody literally just had their arms all over one of your horses.
And this is a horse that should not be approached by anyone unless they know exactly what they are doing.
He's kind of quirky, I guess. Him and I don't get along, I'll be honest with you on that. And
you and a lot of people don't get along with him, okay?
And she was all over this horse and hugging and stuff like that. And you did go down there and talk to these people. You were very nice, but you said, hey, you might not want to approach strange animals like that.
Yes, I was extremely nice. The gentleman, he was with two gals, and he said, oh, I'm sorry. The gals just wanted to see a horse up close and personal.
No, wasn't it they wanted to see a real cowboy horse or a real rodeo horse or something like that?
A real cowboy's horse. Anyway, this is one of those, like, don't pet someone else's dog kind of a thing.
Right.
If you see a horse tied up to a trailer, don't go and just approach it thinking you can walk up and pet it.
That's not an invitation
they were very lucky that we didn't end up with a rodeo of its own right back there when they went and approached that horse.
A little rule of thumb that I always say is you don't go up and pet somebody else's dog without permission. You don't approach their horse without permission because you wouldn't go into somebody's fridge in their house and look around without somebody's permission. Boom.
Boom.
There you
boom.
go. Tigger's Law.
All right. And by the way, for those of you on social media that maybe haven't started following or checking this out when we're talking about tourons and such, you got to check out and follow the Instagram Tourons of Yellowstone or the Facebook page and group. I follow this one very closely, and it is Yellowstone National Park Invasion of the Idiots.
How do you spell Touron, by the way?
Touron.
Got it.
All right. And in response to this kind of activity and these social media accounts, you'll be interested to know that the Jackson Hole Travel and Tourism Board has launched their own Selfie control Instagram filter to kind of help out with all the tourons that are doing really dumb stuff. It's designed to help tourists maintain safe distances from wildlife while taking photos. I'm not making this up. They came up with a filter to help people out. It's preloaded with safe viewing distances for iconic species like bears, bison, moose. The filter helps users
Buzzworms.
Yeah, the filter helps users determine if they are too close to the animals. Very smart. If the animal appears larger on the screen than the icon, users are in the danger zone, and should back up.
Okay, I was kind of teasing you a little bit, but now this is kind of neat.
Yes, it's got a rangefinder in the filter.
If that's what we have to do to help educate some people to keep them safe and keep animals safe and everything,
exactly.
I'm all for it.
So this tool addresses the challenge of accurately estimating safe distances as recommended by the National Park Service, which advises keeping at least 25 yards from wildlife and 100 yards from predators like bears. The filter aims to prevent dangerous encounters, especially with tourons, who often disregard safety and leading to incidences such as bison-related injuries we've heard about in Yellowstone or Teddy Roosevelt National Park. By making it easier to gauge safe distances, the filter is expected to enhance visitor safety and protect wildlife during the busy summer season.
Cool.
So there. See, I wasn't crazy to bring up this whole topic. I had a reason. I want you all to be extra safe, all right? I think this is a great time to take a quick break. We'll have more of The Ben Show right after this. This is Beck. First, I appreciate all of you for listening and making The Bend part of your week. Many of you have asked, how do I catch past episodes? The answer is super easy. Head to thebendshow.com and click on the shows tab. There you can listen to every episode all the way back to episode 1. Podcasters, head to your favorite podcasting app and search The Bend. You'll find us. Be sure to follow and subscribe and never miss another episode again.
Hey guys and gals, this is John Arman with Ultimate Outdoor Adventures TV. Ultimate Outdoor Adventures TV travels the back roads to the backwaters in pursuit of the ultimate adventure in hunting and fishing. Join Team UOA every week for exciting action in the crosshairs of the outdoors. Catch Ultimate Outdoor Adventures TV on YouTube, Amazon Prime, and make sure to follow Team UOA on Facebook and Instagram to share in the ultimate outdoor adventure.
You've waited, dreamt of a hunting adventure, and now have harvested that trophy of a lifetime. Keep the memory alive with a custom-designed mount, preserved as a work of art. Check out our approved taxidermist depending on your location. The award-winning Schneider Taxidermy is located in Helena, Montana. When hunting the Dakotas, JB's Wildlife Designs in Mandan, North Dakota. Then Shadron Creek Taxidermy in Nebraska. And for the Central USA, Little Rack Taxidermy in Macomb, Illinois. Reach out to The Ben Show and let us help you find the right taxidermist. Welcome back to your outlet for outdoors and Western lifestyle, The Ben Show. I'm your host, Rebecca Warner, a.k.a. Beck, and right along shotgun, my co-host, Jeff Tigger Earhart. Now, in case you've not seen the news regarding the wildfire season that we are having this year, according to the National Interagency Fire Center, this is a governmental site, they're reporting significant wildfire activity across the United States. And as of August 13th, 2024, there are 77 large active wildfires that have burned over 2.3 million acres. More than 28,750 wildland firefighters are currently assigned to wildfires. Year to date, since January, over 29,500 wildfires have burned more than 5.2 million acres in the United States, compared to a 1.3 million acres during the same time frame in 2023. Did you hear that? 5.2 million acres this year, only 1.3 million acres last year. This is about 1 million acres above the 10-year average number of acres burned. More than 25,600 wildfires have been caused by people, compared to about 3,700 ignited by lightning. As wildfires continue to threaten communities and natural landscapes, it's crucial right now that we all do our part to prevent new fires from starting. Remember, it only takes a spark to start a wildfire, but together we can prevent them, right? And according to the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, they're stating warming temperatures, drier conditions, and shifts in precipitation are contributing to an increase in the frequency of large wildfires and acres of land burned in the United States. So kind of a little bit of an uneasy feeling there, and a great heads up that whether you are living somewhere that is being affected by the wildfires or thinking of traveling maybe to a different area, to be aware. And just in general, be fire aware, okay? Be thinking smarter.
There's a really cool website that I want to bring up. It's called fire.airnow.gov. It's an interactive map. We use this a lot. You can jump on there and literally click and see if there's fires burning. I jumped on here and I was like, holy smokes. No pun intended there. There's a lot more than still burning as we speak, but kind of a handy map if you're traveling in certain areas and you're kind of wondering what the situation might be like. You know, I just clicked on one in California. I had no idea, and it was 7,000 plus acres. Mm-hmm. And they said it was only like 10% contained at this time.
Scary, very scary. And for those of you that are drone operators, you love your drones, technology, Here's a little heads up for you when it comes to the wildfires. Your drones are considered unmanned aircraft systems, UASs, and incursions, when these happen to be in a wildfire area, say you were flying your drone thinking, I'm going to get some really cool footage no one's ever seen, major no-no. Why is that? Because when this happens, you're causing firefighters' aircrafts to be grounded because these are unauthorized drones. They are in an airspace and they can't take off with their choppers. If you are in the air with your drone, you have confliction in the airspace. Yes, I just learned about this recently and I had never thought about it. So regardless of your motivation for flying a drone near a wildfire, you're actually putting someone else's life in danger because we've got a lot of evacuations going on across the country. And just always know before you fly, keep drones away from wildfires, please. All right. But like we said, if you're checking into or traveling into some of these areas that may be susceptible to fires or have drought or dryness going on, please be thinking ahead. Be making sure you're double checking that there isn't a fire ban going on in the first place, that you always have a little shovel, those kinds of little simple things that you kind of think is common sense, but we find out, like we said, when you've got that many fires started by humans, by people versus actually just lightning, kind of makes you realize it doesn't take much for just a spark.
And I want to throw one last thing before you move on to another topic when it comes to fires. Something at home, make sure that with your family, you know where the muster area is, that if there is a fire at your home and you need to evacuate, where are you gathering to make sure everybody is accounted for? That's very important. I've seen that happen before where a fire or a bad weather or something like that, and everybody goes in 1,000 different directions. But make sure that you have your muster area planned, if it be at the shop or wherever that is.
Great
Just wanted to throw that in.
Yes. All right, changing gears. I know that it's the end of summer and we're seeing lots of stuff going on sale. We've been talking about it. One of them that sometimes gets overlooked is the shelf life on, say, sunscreen. Do you have to buy new sunscreen every year? Have you ever thought about that? Bad? Well, get this. According to FDA guidelines, the U.S. FDA mandates that sunscreen retains its full strength for at least 3 years. That means you're allowed to use leftover sunscreen from previous years.
So does it go on sale towards the end of summer, or is it at the beginning that it goes on sale?
End of summer.
End of summer.
I would say the end of summer.
Now.
That's what I'm trying to hint at you. Look at the expiration date. There is supposed to be one. If there isn't one, then I strongly encourage you when you bring it home, you write down the date, the year that you bought it, and just think that 3-year rule of thumb.
And we got real serious about the whole sunscreen when you went through cancer and all that and went through chemo and all that garbage. So we actually got real serious in our household about, okay, we need to cover up and not just SPF 2.
Well, I'm glad you brought that up because I have been through chemo, as Tigger said, as well as radiation. I have been advised that I have to wear 50 SPF or higher. Now, I am somebody that likes to get a tan and was a bit taken aback by that. There's something about that healthy glow we think we get from the sun. What do you say, Tigger? I've only had 50 on my arms all summer, and my face has had 70 SPF.
And you are a lot more tan than I am.
I tan.
And I've been out in the sun just as much as you have, and you've actually got a golden bronze. You're crispy.
You. I'm not crispy. I've got the perfect glow, is what I'm gonna say. But by the way, proper storage. How do you store that sunscreen, by the way? Make sure you keep it out of the hot weather than the direct sunlight to maintain its effectiveness. And I'll have some stuff on our thebenshow.com website according to what Mayo Clinic had to say about using leftover sunscreen, how it's A-OK. Now, the other one that you might see going on sale right now is bug spray. What's the shelf life and effectiveness of common insect repellents? Have you ever thought about that one? Well, bug spray with DEET or Picardin. Bug spray with DEET or Picardin can last up to 3 years when stored properly. Synthetic repellents like DEET and Picardin have longer shelf lives compared to natural repellents with essential oils.
The more DEET, the better, as far as I'm concerned.
Okay, Tigger and I, some people are against DEET, some people are for it. We would care. How do I say this? We don't want Lyme disease. That's at the end of the day. Okay?
I am all for more DEET.
Already beat cancer. I know they say, well, that could cause it. Well, you know what? I'm not spraying it on my skin. I'm putting it on my pants. I'm putting it on my shoes. I'm doing this smartly. So that's why we use a lot of DEET, just because we don't want to deal with Lyme disease. And so anyway, there you go. You can check for expiration on these bottles. But again, it's got quite a bit, at least 3 years is what they shoot for efficiency. Those are some helpful hints for you as we close out the summer season. This is The Ben Show. We'll be back right after this.
Before you head to the next rodeo, a concert, maybe a gathering on or off the ranch, we head to Medora Boot and Western Wear.
Tigger and Beck here for Medora Boot and Western Wear. Latest Western fashion in boots, jackets, and hats.
From durable ranch wear to keeping the horses in sturdy tack, visit medoraboot.com to order.
Or better yet, plan to visit Medora, North Dakota and shop Medora Boot and Western Wear.
Again, go to medoraboot.com. You can follow on Facebook and tell them Tigger and Beck sent you.
Are the Florida Keys calling your name? Have you dreamed of catching exotic mahi-mahi, red snapper, sailfish, grouper? Blue Water Girl Charters can fulfill your dreams of saltwater fishing excitement. Book today, full or half-day charters. Let Blue Water Girl Charters make your dreams a reality. Blue Water Girl Charters. Follow on Facebook for booking and more information. Blue Water Girl Charters. Catch dinner and memories.
Pro rodeo fans, watch the Cowboy Channel anytime, anywhere with PRCA on the Cowboy Channel Plus. Live stream the Cowboy Channel or watch your favorite PRCA rodeos on demand. Classic PRCA rodeos added weekly. Get the PRCA on the Cowboy Channel Plus for only $9.99 a month or save 25% by signing up for a full year. Visit CowboyChannelPlus.com to sign up and start streaming today.
Welcome back to The Ben Show. I am your host, Rebecca Warner, a.k.a. Beck, and my co-host, Jeff Tigger Earhart. I have something fun for us all, a personality profile. What your choice of beer says about you. This comes according to us from a news article I read by the Odyssey Online. Listen to this. Fans of Pabst Blue Ribbon, a little PBR. Well, you may be into vinyl and vintage typewriters, and you most likely have a beard. That's your personality.
Okay, we'll see if that's correct or not.
Coors drinkers, you like nature. Miller fans, well, you're from Milwaukee, okay? We're just going to leave it at that.
Algonquin for the great land.
Budweiser lovers are into NASCAR, trucks, camo, and tattoos. Tats.
What did they do? Survey 4 or 5 people and
I don't know. I got such a chuckle out of this when I was reading through this. Oh, natty drinkers, natural light. Here we go.
Oh boy.
You must be college students with fake IDs.
No, that would be Keystone. That would be Keystone or Busch Light Draft.
I was thinking a 30-pack of Busch Light is what I was thinking. That's what went through my mind. All right, Corona fans.
Oh, a little panache.
You enjoy bucket hats, Jimmy Buffett, Ray-Bans, and the motto you have is, it's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Ah, they stole that one.
And how about the Guinness drinkers? May have a taste for steak. A little more of the finer things is what I'm thinking.
And this survey was from who again, did you say?
According to the Odyssey Online.
The Odyssey Online. Okay, I got to check out what that is.
All right, lastly, the Blue Moon enthusiast. And I feel like if you have a blue moon, you got to put a slice of orange in it, okay? You just got to do that. I
agree.
Those folks that enjoy that, they're considered classy.
What?
Tigger is shaking his head because he just drinks Pendleton, all right? He's like, just bring a whiskey. I
like to sip my whiskey. I like to talk philosophy. There might be some cowboy songs involved. I am just not a beer drinker, but you aren't either that much.
No, I really am not. I mean, I will, though, absolutely. If we go through an area that has like some breweries,
some
local
micro-brews, yeah.
yes, I will stop and enjoy some of those. Just do a little taste test. I love getting the flight. I like trying the various
We've done
different
that a few
types.
times, but we're just not big beer drinkers. We will use beer when we're cooking, but we like to drink whiskey. That's just our thing.
That's our thing. That's just how we roll, and that's okay with us. But I thought this was a fun one to find out where our personalities are with those beers we enjoy.
If it's true or not.
And that is all for this week, folks. We're going to call this show wrapped. Remember to keep sending us in any questions you might have, something spot-worthy we should share, recipe maybe we need to test out in our very own cabin kitchen, as well as your area's field reports. That number, again, you can call or text anytime. 305-900-2363. Again, that's 305-900-2363. Or you can always email bendradioshow@gmail.com. If you missed part of this show or want to hear past shows, you can find them all on the website, thebendshow.com, and be sure to subscribe on your favorite podcasting app or to The Ben Show YouTube channel. Thank you to our partners, Ditali Outdoors, The Prairie Crocus, Medora Boot and Western Wear, Blue Water Girl Charters, Buckstorm, Little Rack Taxidermy, Mickey's Mustard, Atlas Tracks, RFD TV, and Wrangler. Finally, a big thanks to all of you listeners out there that came along, and whether you're coming or going today, stay with us as we ranch it up, and remember to keep up with me back all week long by following The Bend on Facebook and on Instagram at The Bend Show. This is Rebecca Warner. Catch Beck if you can next week on The Bend.